Okay, so I'm going to talk about something that's been going on in my life recently. And I mean, shit, it's just a time where I don't really know, where you question reality and you question your relationships with people around you and the people in your life and everything. And I am 26 years old, and recently what I've been noticing is that the adults in my life, like, of course, like, I'm an adult, I'm 26, but the older adults that I see that are like 40 and 50 and whatever, even more, that I work with and that I encounter, I see them as kids now. Like, I feel like whenever they get angry, they're just throwing a tantrum or something like that, and like having to work with people that are really immature, and like they don't like respect boundaries when you place them and you vocalize them, and then they just start like mumbling something in their breath, like under their breath, because they don't respect your boundaries. I'm starting to realize that I catch when they're just throwing a tantrum, like these are people that when I was like a kid, like 5 or like even like 13, I consider like to be mature, and I considered an age where you should be like mature and like have your shit together, whatever. And then like now that I'm 26 and I see these people that are, older and whatever, and I notice like they're just like a bunch of like kids running around, like, crying whenever their toy gets taken away or when things don't go their way. And well, fuck, and it's kind of like there's not a lot of people that are mentally mature. And I'm not saying that I'm mentally like, I'm like at a peak where I know everything and no, not saying that, because I know I still have a lot of shit to learn. Like, I still got so much to learn. But when I already reached that peak in my life where I can look at the adults around me, like older adults, I guess, like older people, and I see that they're like not acting the age that they should be at. Like, they're not even acting like a 26-year-old, let alone a 40-year-old. And I'm just like, well, fuck, like they're 40 and acting like they're 12, 5, 7, like, like, and I'm just like, well, damn, like, when am I gonna meet the people that are a little bit on my level? Like, shit, because it's like, it gets lonely sometimes, like not being able to conversate at your own intelligence, like your own frequency of intelligence, or like, what I freaking mean? It's just, it can get a little lonely, and I don't know, it's like, I don't know, and yeah, it gets lonely, because I don't remember the last time I had like an actual intellect conversation with someone about life in general, or about a topic. Like, let's go into some deep talk about this philosophy of this, and we can just discover and make and expand and create our own ideas and have opinions and talk about what we think about everything, and go into an actual deep conversation. And I honestly haven't had that in a long time. I can't remember the last time I actually had a conversation like that. I'm sure I had when I was younger, and like I didn't know everything that I know now, and I thought I knew shit, but then I realized that I don't really know anything. And then I like unlearn things about myself, and then I relearn things, and then I change my mind. And I know what, that's another topic that I want to go into, because changing your mind, right? And it's like, kids get bullied for back then, I don't know how they used to like I don't know what terms they use now, like kids lingo and stuff, but back then they used to say like someone that would change their mind about the simplest shit, about like their favorite color or like their favorite movie, or I don't know, you know, and you would get made fun of for being a flip-flop or something like that. I think that's what they like, just someone that like, oh, like, when I mean, like, a flip-flop, like, bro, like, it's just, like, I just don't like pink anymore, bro, like, I like blue now, or, you know what, I don't like blue anymore, I like red, like, how is that, like, what, people can change their minds, people can like different, more than one thing, and you can like one thing one day, and you can unlike another thing, and just like how you can unlike things, you can like them again, and it's like an endless cycle. And kids, you know, back then, you would get bullied for like that, and the whole crib and like blood thing, like that was a huge thing growing up in the hood for me, and yeah, it's just like, oh, okay, so you're a blood, you're a crib, whatever, and if, like, if you're not one of the other, then, like, you suck, and, like, and, yeah, you're not, like, cool, or whatever. I realize, like, all kids try to do in school is just try to, get, like, be liked by their peers, especially because, like, that's who you see all the time, so of course you want to be accepted, you want to be loved, especially if you weren't loved by your parents growing up. Like, that can be really, really hard for a kid going into school and being surrounded by other kids that aren't loved at home. I'm gonna get real deep right now. We are not our likes, right? You think that you are your personality, but you're really not. Oh, I am Lorena. I am my age, and I was born here, and I like this color, and I work here. Like, I am not any of those things. I am not my job. I am not my favorite color. No, I can't let that go. I am not the things I have. I am not even the things that I like. For example, I like the movie 500 Days of Summer. I like to go hiking. I like to play my ukulele and sing. I am not even those things. That's not who I am. And so it's like, all we're doing in this life is just trying to figure out who we are. You know, and it's like we try to just figure out who we are by our likes and our dislikes, and the people we surround ourselves with, and our parents, and everybody in general, everything but our job, and what we like to do in our spare time, and what we like to do socially, and are we introverted or extroverted, and you know, and it's just like we're none. That's not who we really are. I'm not even a person, if that makes sense. Like, I am a spiritual being in a physical body, having a human temporary experience. And when I realized that, time just slows down for me. And I let go of the worries in my life. Because it's interesting that our brains are constantly working. Even when you're just sitting there staring at the window, your brain is still going. And half of the times, like, we just have so many thoughts, we're not even able to recognize each of them. Like, I bet you can't even tell me what you thought about, like, a minute ago. Because our minds are constantly moving. Even when we're sleeping, right? We dream. Because our brain is still constantly moving. And that is that's how we know, like, we are spiritual beings. Because our physical bodies are the ones that get tired. moving around, if you have to go to school, if you have to go to work, if you play sports, if you dance, and then if you whatever, whatever you do, your bodies get tired. Constantly moving. And then it's time to go to bed because your body needs to rest. But the real you doesn't get tired. The real you doesn't get the real you doesn't even get hungry, because what you're feeding is your physical body. You're not feeding your spirit. Anyways, that is just what I think about life. I grew up Catholic, and lately I've been questioning a lot of the fears that were being put on me as a child just by being me. I don't think we were supposed to put God or source or the universe or just spirit in general. We weren't supposed to put it in a box, because when we put it in a box like Catholic, Christianity, all of that, we just judge each other. We say you do this and you're a bad person, and it's, I get it. Some things right or wrong. What if nothing is wrong and everybody is just doing the best they can? Because they really are. And honestly, that's true. Everybody is just, even though some people are freaking psychopaths and everything, they're just doing the best they can. Whatever. I'm not saying go kill someone. Fucking no. No. I'm just saying everybody's just doing the best they fucking can. And some people make really awful choices, but at the same time, they're learning. That's their learning experience in this world, in this life. And I wondered if I don't even know, it's just we don't really know everything. Of course we don't. We don't. I can't sit here and say, oh, everything that I say is completely right, because it's not. Not everything. I don't know. Shit. Nobody knows anything.